This is a drill. Fire, fire, fire. I see smoke coming out of the starboard bow. Nicole, handle the fire. I have to drive the boat.
You said fire, 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 smoke is where?
I see smoke coming out of the starboard bow.
If you like revisiting these skills with us, give us a thumbs up and let us know by leaving a comment as well. And if you haven't subscribed, please do, and there'll be more of these coming up. Smoke out of the starboard bow. Are we sailing or on a motor?
We are sailing on a beam reach starboard tack. Right now, I'm turning downwind so that becomes the most downwind point, and I am furling the jib.
Okay.
And starting the motors. And calling a mayday.
Okay, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna shut any DC electricity off the starboard bow.
Okay, show me the switches. Like, let's do this.
I would do this one, starboard. I'd shut it off.
Okay.
Shut off. But I'm not doing that because we're running the water maker right now.
No, don't actually. Just tell me. Okay.
Okay. Shut off the starboard. I would grab the fire extinguisher from down here.
Okay, so let's go through the motion.
Okay. So I would grab the fire extinguisher.
Okay.
If I open it, I'm going to be bringing in a lot of air. Then I would pull the pin, take a peek. It's now downwind, so it's blowing. The smoke is blowing that way. It's blowing that way?
Yeah.
Okay. So I would.
What are the considerations?
Well, if I open it, and if there's.
Yeah, that's a consideration, but what's the.
I feel it if it's hot.
Excellent. Perfect. You do not feel a lot of heat.
What do I see?
Okay, you open it up and you see a lot of smoke coming out from this area over here. Okay, now you're starting to see some flames.
Okay, I would take this.
Okay, and what are you gonna do?
Come over to here, and I would start shooting at the base of where I see the flames.
The flames are underneath that shelf where the bucket is.
Well, I don't want to go inside.
Why?
I don't want to get stuck. Well, one, there's smoke coming out. I know it's going towards you now.
Yeah.
I don't want something to happen where I am unable to get back out. It's open right here.
Yeah.
I'm curious what you would do. Let us know your thoughts down in the comments.
The flames are getting much, much bigger. They're starting to spread. And I'm yelling, what are you doing?
I would try the fire extinguisher as best I could until it was out.
Okay, you just put a bunch of white, dry chem on the shelf right there, and the fire's continuing to spread. What would you do?
Okay, I would yell back at you. I'd tell you the situation of the flames. There's now flames. I've used one fire extinguisher. I cannot access the fire.
Because now it's spread too much? I'm gonna yell at you and I'm gonna say, is the fire contained?
No, it is not. I closed this back up.
So you close that back up. There's tons of smoke.
I would tell you the fire is not contained. You're already doing the mayday.
I would probably start directing you a little bit more on the fire suppression. But if we have an uncontrolled fire and we've run out of, extinguishing agent.
We have 2 more.
We only have 1 more ABC.
So grab that one and try again.
If you don't think you could hit it on that one, let's go where there's no wind to debrief. What do you think in this scenario the most likely cause of fire was? That I was
electrical.
From what?
From the water maker area.
Right.
Because that's the only thing that runs with electricity down there.
Right.
And, okay, electrical.
So the scenario in my head was, we forgot to turn off the breaker to the water maker. We went underway, salt water, something happened, it shorted, the wire got loose, and then that's what started the fire over there. Okay. So in this case, the scenario is the short circuit's creating a ton of heat, and then eventually it got hot enough that the wood started catching fire, or the laminates, or the insulation on the wire, or whatever.
Did that actually happen?
Yeah.
Okay.
In fact, that's how electrical fire start in boats usually. Is there's a short circuit, it heats up enough, the fiberglass catches fire.
Okay.
You did excellent job to be careful about your scene safety. You touched the door, but first you were getting ready to open the door, and I was like,
Right,
"Don't
and
do
then
it." So you did the right thing to touch it, and you were exactly on the right track, thinking maybe you should keep it closed to smother the fire.
Right.
Maybe.
Yeah.
In this case, because you didn't turn off the heat source, I don't know enough about fire theory to know whether or not it.
Flip the circuit breaker.
Mhm.
Go up there. Now the part is there's smoke, but there's no visible fire yet.
Exactly.
So would you have gone down?
I probably, even if I saw a little bit of visible fire,
You probably would have.
I might have gone down because there was
I didn't know
smoke,
what-
but you had a very easy.
That's
immediate-
true.
You were,
I didn't know what to do with that.
I'm glad. No, you made the right.
I didn't know, like, do I go down?
Look,
Why not?
the step itself was possibly compromised, right? So you don't know how long that step's going to last. If that step goes, would you still be able to get out? I don't know that I could. I don't have the strength. So I would only go to the lowest step that was definitely not on fire, right? For me personally. For you, you could probably crawl out even if it was a little bit. And here's the thing. What class fire was that in this scenario?
Well, it's two things. Class Charlie became a Class Alpha.
Yeah, sort of. It's technically still a class Charlie until the electricity's turned off.
Oh, which I thought I did, but I didn't.
But in my opinion, a more effective response would have looked more along the lines of, first of all, you have to cut the correct power. So then I would have gone up there. I think I would have touched the same thing that you did to see if it was hot or not, opened it up and just gave it a shot. If that didn't work, I would probably be working on getting a bucket. What I could have done potentially was also been thinking along those lines when I was at the helm and started getting the bucket out.
He surprised me.
Well, it's going to surprise you when it happens in the real world too.
I know.
Now, what I'm glad about is that you stayed calm, you took a breath, and you thought, okay, where is it? What's the situation? What do I need to do?
Yeah.
The mistake that I think a lot of people make is they hear fire, 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 or drill, or whatever the scenario, and they immediately want to start doing stuff. And you can't. You have to take a second, assess the situation, and then respond. I think that this was a successful drill because we identified an area of sort of a little bit of rust and weakness and mitigated that. So we're not going to make those mistakes again, and we're a little bit safer than we were before.
You confused me at first.
Happy anniversary. I love you. 555.
Yeah, I'm like, what?
Because you're here with me. Got the hose. Good job.
As many of you already know, Ryan and I have been underway for 7 years, and sometimes we forget skills that we had from a long time ago. We're going to be sharing with you
the actual real world way that we do this. Some of the things I'm going to say might be wrong, or maybe there's new information, or maybe you have a different perspective. A lot of you have experience, and we'd be grateful for your feedback, your questions, your comments.
When he says he would really like to know your opinion, and if you have any other comments, he really means it. He loves reading your comments, or if you have any other suggestions. So
I hope you find this stuff useful. I hope you find it interesting. Cheers.